Just vehicle signals. Anything you wanted me to know briefly about this incident before we proceed?
Well, I already submitted that I got the brake light fixed, ma'am, and I had no awareness that my brake light was out. So normally you just would get a warning for that because nobody has any kind of idea the brake light is out normally or any kind of lights in the back.
All right. Anything you wanted me to know about the wireless communication device violation?
I wasn't using my phone, so I would like to see the discovery evidence that the police officer has that I was proof that I was using my phone.
All right. So here's what we can do. We're going to set it for a continued arraignment. In the meantime, you can send a request for
Well, why
discovery.
don't you have this evidence ready? Why doesn't the state of Minnesota have the evidence ready you knew what I was charged with. Why don't you have the evidence that I'm requesting right now?
I have the evidence. You don't have the evidence.
Why aren't you submitting the evidence to me?
You need to send the request with the $28 fee.
No, I don't have to send I don't have to submit a $28 right in a court date. We're in a court date now, ma'am. And it's called discovery, and I have the right to see the evidence against me right in a court date. If I was to request it beforehand in the court date, then I would have to pay $28. But now we're in the court date. I know the law. I want to see the evidence against me, ma'am.
And you have a right to do that.
I do have a right to do that, and I have a right to not pay $28 for that. Because because I'm innocent, and they pulled me over for no reason. And these law and everything against me is a lie, and I'm not going to pay $28 for a lie against me. And I was late 15 minutes to work that day. They followed me onto private property. Okay, my work does not have any kind of contract with the police. Okay, and so they weren't supposed to follow me onto private property. They had no right to follow me onto private property. I didn't violate any law on the public road. I had a brake light out, and they followed me around the corner onto my workplace, made me 15 minutes late. Now I had to take a half a day off and miss more work for your fake charges.
All right. Now, if you want to hear my answer, I would ask that you just let me speak first.
Okay.
Okay. So, under the rules of criminal procedure, per Minnesota rules of criminal procedure, if you want to get discovery, you have to send a request and pay a reasonable fee to receive it. So
I've never had to do this before. Why would I have to pay to see the evidence against me? I want to see the law that says that I have to pay to see the evidence against me.
So you can certainly consult with an attorney, but I'm not
going to pay for an attorney to see the evidence against me. So you are denying me my right to see. Can I have a public defender and for free? And then can the public defender allow me to see the evidence against me?
I'm trying to explain to you, but you keep interrupting.
I am not going to pay $28 for the evidence against me.
And it's
called discovery, and I have a right to see it.
The sentence, so you can't even hear that I'm telling you it's not 28. I already told you 3 times, but you keep talking over me, which makes
I don't have to pay anything. I know the law. I don't have to pay anything to see the evidence that the state has against me. We're in a court date. We're in a court date. You have to present evidence against the person in a court date. We're in a court date. Are we not in a court date right now? This is a court date. This is not a pre-court date. This is a court date.
The clerk will provide you with a new court date, and in the meantime, you can request the continued.
So you're denying me my evidence, ma'am. Okay, Judge, you're denying me my evidence in court.
I'm explaining to you.
No, you are not. You are denying me my evidence in court. I requested the evidence that the state has against me.